Hello, Blizzard fans! This is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between Barrett and Tango on Coda, the latter edition. This is a Heart of the Swarm cast that was submitted to me at FalconPaladin@gmail.com, and you too can submit replays to me at FalconPaladin@gmail.com, and I will cast them. In the top right of the map Coda, the latter edition, we have the red Protoss player Barrett from GoodGameKids.com. That's a pretty nice little logo. I really like the professionalism that most of these logos have. Really, really fun. And I think that's two kids. Anyway, in the top left of Coda, the latter edition, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Tango from SciPB. Sci Peanut Butter? Something like that? I don't know. Either way, we're going to skip the sped up just a little bit. The early game can last a little bit of time in Heart of the Swarm. We can pay attention to the builds using the production tab here, as well as using our own two eyes. Gateway coming up for our Protoss friend, not walling off. Again, I don't know why Protoss do this, especially in Heart of the Swarm. Walling off is so good against Protoss because it allows you to wall off against infinite numbers of Zerglings that your opponent can get against you. I know, Photon Overcharge is good, but it can only hit one target at a time. If like 30 Lings showed up here and all you had was a cannon and like Photon Overcharge, you would die immediately. So always wall off Protoss. I'm just giving that suggestion out there. I know some pro players can do it. They can hold off crazy all-in Zergling things, but even we saw in that previous cast, I'm not sure if this is actually going to post yet, but I cast a game that is going to post soon if it hasn't already, basically featuring parting. And it was a PvZ, and the Zerg player, Buell, I think it was Buell, so now, 6 or 8 Lings just kind of test the wall. They got inside, killed about 5 or 6 probes, and parting could not actually recover from that. So I just really like walling off as Protoss. I don't play Protoss there very much, but either way, we have a Nexus coming up without a wall. I don't know how I feel about that, but either way, trying to wall off here with pylons, probably some gateways and some forges in there, all that kind of stuff. Second base up for Tango. 2 gas here. A little crazy. Mothership core. A scouting Mothership core. Is that what this is? Didn't actually try to get any shots off, interestingly enough. But either way, 2 gas coming out for our Zerg player. Hatchery evolving to a lair at the 5-minute and 40-second mark. A bit of an early lair. Some crazy shenanigans possibly on the way for our Zerg player. Protoss has finished the wall off here with a forge and a gateway. I'm pretty sure this is Zergling proof with this debris up here. Let's see if we can take a look. I don't know if that is Zergling tight. That looks like a pretty big gap. Regardless, I am pretty sure that Barrett knows what they are doing. They are from Good Games Kids. Oh, now I forget. GoodGameKids.com. Have to check that out. Regardless, we are pretty much just macroing up at this point, getting that lair, getting a bunch of Zerglings and speed. 12 Zerglings on the way. That is a lot of Lings. You don't need that many for map control. Spore Caller coming up, just because that Mothership core was super annoying. It's made its way back home, though. Cannot make it out across the map anytime soon. It's just a very, very slow unit with a move speed of 1.88. Good grief. There's the lair. What are we going to do with this lair, Tango? Why don't you tell me? Looking around, and oh, it's a Nidus. It is a Nidus. 2-base Nidus against a Protoss player that is, I guess a wall wouldn't really matter in this particular situation. So I do like doing this as a Zerg player. I used to do it against people that tried to cannon me. But again, if you are cannoned, then the Protoss player knows you're probably going to try to Nidus off of one base. So they put pylons up like here and over here, maybe over here, so they can see the Nidus when it pops up in their base and they can kill it with probes. So I think the Nidus is actually invulnerable in a Legacy of the Void until it pops, which is kind of an interesting change. You can still have units there to snipe it down as soon as it finishes, but you can't just kill it as it's coming up with probes anymore, which I always figured was kind of an annoying development in games where I tried to use a Nidus Swarm. But here we go, Nidus Swarm on the way up. How many Lings do we have for our friend Tango? 44 Lings on their way. Overlord getting sniped, trying to find a safe spot, but there is not one, unfortunately. Bam, it gets killed by the sentries and by the stalker. But this, I think, is entirely unnoticed by the Zerg Protoss player. It is. Didn't know it was there, but here we go. All the Lings come streaming out, ejecting Lings one at a time, chasing the probes as far away as they are able to run, sniping off a sentry. Bad force field here. Unfortunately, a couple Zealots coming out, but that is not enough to deal with this many Lings. Here they come, getting a full surround on this Protoss ball, taking care of every single Zealot. I think is going to go down here, as well as the Stalker, as well as the sentries. Force fields trying to do what they can, but they are just severely outnumbered by the number of Lings that are on the field, trying to snipe down this Nexus. There's the Photon Overcharge, but like I said, it doesn't really have the ability to do much against these Lings. Good positioning by these Zealots from Barrett, but again, the Lings are here. The Lings are super mad. The Night Swarm is still alive. 28 Lings in production from Tango. I think our priority might be to possibly kill that Night Swarm, but no, I think the priority might be to just not lose this Nexus. The workers need to attack the Lings, is what they need to do. There we go. Getting us around on those Lings, doing what they can. The Lings changing their attention to the probes, trying to kill probes instead of trying to kill the Nexus. I think that might be the right choice for Barrett, but Tango still has a lot of Lings left here. Are they actually getting cleaned up? Yes, the last Lings have been cleaned up, but a whole nother swell came out of that Night Swarm, heading directly down on into the natural. This does not look good at all for Barrett. Photon Overcharge, no, not enough energy for one, unfortunately. And there goes the second Nexus. There is no more income at all for our friend Barrett. The Lings coming up here to take care of these production buildings. Very, very smart, getting a good angle, good surround on this gateway, on this pylon, on this cybernetics core. This is a tough, tough spot for Barrett to be in. There is a third Nexus, though. I actually did not see that come up. Need to pay more attention to the minimap. Lings streaming across the map, not using the Nidus work anymore, even though it is available. And here it comes, going to try to take down this third base. Barrett saying, ugh, I didn't watch for Nidus Worms. I didn't scout. Barrett says a different build for sure. I'm not sure if he's talking about Tango or Barrett, but more and more Zealots coming out trying to deal with these Lings. They don't have any upgrades. Do they actually have shield upgrades? I might have lied there. They might actually have shield upgrades, which, yeah, look at that. Protoss armor. Incredible stuff. There we go. Thanks. Can I have a win, please, says Barrett. And Barrett says, I need it bad. But Tango says, I'm sorry. I need the win, too. And that's it. Barrett is defeated. Tango has also left the game, but he is victorious. So that's it. Thanks for sending that replay in. It was a fun little short Heart of the Swarm cast. Very, very fun to win with the Night Swarms, one of my favorite units in the game. This has been FalconPaladin with yet another Daily Blizzard upload. Thanks again for submitting that. Thanks again for watching. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe to let people know what you're watching and to help me kind of improve my reach across YouTube. You can also find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.